What's up, guys? So I rewatched Wonder Woman from 2017 recently. Also, is it weird anyone else that movie came out in 2017? And I want to talk about it. So let's go. So I love this movie. When it came out, my whole family went. I showed up in a Wonder Woman shirt. I think I had on sunglasses, a hat, a backpack, a cape, and like jewelry. I was into it. So it's fun rewatching this movie all these years later, knowing that this is the only live action Wonder Woman movie that I consider canon. Because they do a lot of really good storytelling in this movie. Like, it's an origin story, so they have to explain everything. But like, from the very beginning, they're telling the deeper story of what's actually happening. Like, Hippolyta tells Diana the story of how the Amazons broke free from man's world and that whole story. But at the same time, Antiope is telling Diana what Hippolyta is skimming over. Telling her about the war, about the fighting, like all of the different things that Hippolyta didn't want to talk about. Antiope takes the time to talk about that with her, while also training her in secret. So when later Diana brings up the God Killer and her mom is like, shows it to her, but the second Diana brings it up, Hippolyta looks at her with absolute shock, because Diana's not supposed to know the name of that sword. She's not supposed to know the name of herself. And then even when Diana leaves and it's like, should you have told her? Like, it's really telling you Diana is the God Killer. So it's not a surprise later, but also they were laying the groundwork, and it's amazing. And then even the little bits and pieces and hints that we get at Diana's immortality. Like on the beach, she gets a cut on her arm. She's like grazed by a bullet or something. And then a couple hours later, the physician looks at her arm to like sew it up, and it's already closed. Even in Veld, when Ludendorff like bombs that whole town, like the orange gas, and Diana runs in there immediately because she's Diana, and it's like, oh my gosh, the gas is everywhere, the people are dead, oh, da, da, da. But then Steve runs up to follow her into Veld, and he cannot get past the border because the gas is choking him so instantly. And it's like, oh yeah, she's immortal. Of course, makes complete sense. And my favorite part about the movie is that this entire movie is Diana saying, no one can tell me what to do. Actually, because every time she and Steve go somewhere, Steve's like, Diana, stay back. Diana, don't do this. Diana, don't do that. And there's not a single time that Diana listens to him. Like, she goes into, I think it was Parliament or whatever. She goes into that room with all of the old white guys who were like, you brought a woman in here? She's determined to get to the war. She doesn't stay outside of Ludendorff's, like, castle or whatever. She jumps, I think, and steals the clothes of this woman. Like, Diana spends the entire movie saying, I can do whatever I want, which is awesome for her character because it's important for her to know that, so that she can understand that being able to do whatever you want doesn't mean that you're always doing the right thing. And she eventually gets to the right thing. I hate the fact that the war was caused by Ares. I feel like they stepped away from something that would have been really interesting, because like, it's not about love, it's about what you deserve. That argument stands up if it's not a god of war forcing you to fight. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.